This is the story of the secret of the Garden Gnome. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived in a big, loud house with not very nice people. The only time she felt happy was when she went into the garden. She would sit on the grass and talk to the flowers. She imagined they were her friends. But one day she noticed a new garden gnome, and it looked just like an old, grumpy man. She didn't want to talk to him because she thought he would be mean, so she turned around and went home. She couldn't stop thinking about the garden gnome though. So the next day she went back to the garden. She took a deep breath and asked the gnome if he wanted to be her friend. He didn't answer right away, but then he started to glow. And when the sun set, he said, "Thank you for asking me, but I can't be your friend during the day. You see, I'm a magic garden gnome, and when dusk falls, I come to life." The little girl gasped, "A talking gnome, how wonderful." But then she remembered what he'd said about being a magic garden gnome. So when the sun set the next day, she ran to the garden. There was the gnome, glowing in the dark. He beckoned to her with his finger and said, "Follow me." She did, and he led her on a magical journey through the garden. They walked under a tree, and its leaves whispered secrets in their ears. They saw flowers glowing in the dark, and a little firefly who was too scared to fly. The garden gnome put his hand on her shoulder and said, "Don't be afraid, we'll be your friend." Then he flew up into the air, and the little girl laughed with joy. They spent the whole night adventuring until the first rays of sunlight touched her face. The garden gnome led her back to the tree. "This is goodbye," he said, "but you'll always have the magic within you. Just believe." Then he disappeared. When the little girl woke up the next morning, she felt loved. She felt brave, and most of all, she felt she was never alone, because no matter how dark things seemed, she knew there was always a little magic waiting for her in the garden. And that's the story of the secret of the garden gnome.